Good evening. I have again come back with a same strategy using stochastics, but with couple of variations and few insights that I've observed with crude oil commodity space. Today's video is about how to use stochastics and with commodity, especially crude oil map. This is for August 14th. Now at 10 p.m., as you can see, I've made the call that since the earlier day it was an uptrend, I have made the call, that is the CE. I have purchased the share, the futures of the crude oil mini at 126. Sorry, 3120. Now, as you can see, there are certain things that I've changed in stochastics. Wait, what is this? Okay, which are the periods that have changed to 28th. Basically, the reason being to reduce the noise and the number of false signals that are being generated when we keep a period of 14. This has worked good, and I would advise others to follow the same. And also, I've also used the Stochastics Momentum Index, which though does not give early signals like uh, stochastics, but it helps us do not fall into trap of the false signals, or it tells you whether a signal is false or not. Now let's look at it. At 10 p.m. I purchased it at, let's say, at 3120, and so I'll just use my then when I saw that there was an uptrend here, as you can see there's a crossover, and then since it was a call I was waiting for a next crossover to happen. Now there are a couple of things which are important here. One, which is, as you can see the line that is highlighted now, there's a red candle formation after a huge green candle. Now whenever you see that a red candle is being formed and the trend and the stochastics has reached 80 and it is actually coming towards down, I would ask you to always book profits. It is better not to lose more but to book profit, even if it goes, let's say, even if that's a false signal, and if it goes higher, that's okay, because we have made a bit of money over there. Now if I take the call over there, I would be ending at, let's say, 3128. So basically we have picked it up at 3120. So that's around 8 points of difference. In a crude oil, that would be, even for one lot, it would be 800 rupees. For a mini, if you are taking close to 2, at least it would be 20 rupees. 2 lots if you take, per lot 10 rupees. So 8 is 80 rupees. For a normal crude, it would be 800 rupees. Now, and then we see that a crossover did happen, which is in line. If you can look at it in the stochastics momentum index, we sold it out at this point thinking it is going to come down, but it did come down. If you look at it, it did not go up. As the stochastics momentum indicates, it did not do the crossover to the upside, if you can look at it, though here it did happen. Basically, if I look at it here, the crossover happened to the topper side, but the overall trend was negative, and this was confirmed through the stochastics momentum index. Now keeping that in mind, once the crossover happened here at this level, I would confirm with the stochastics momentum index to see which side the trend is, and it has confirmed that it didn't do the cross, it was coming down. So I did go for a call. I sold this share, the futures, and then at this juncture there was a false signal generated by the stochastics. So I confirmed I confirmed with the stochastic momentum index, but it shows that it hasn't done the crossover, so I waited without exiting. Now after some time I can see that it has come down and it did the crossover here, and I can also see that it was confirmed by the stochastics momentum index that the crossover happened, and I exited my position. Now if I go back, I sold at, let's say, at this level, that is 3126, and I exited the position at 3115. That's around another 11 points which we gained on it, which if it's a crude it would be for one lot 1100 rupees, and earlier we made 800, that would be 1900 rupees for till now. If it is a mini for one lot, you might have made 11 is 11 into 10, that's 110, and 80 190 rupees for one lot. Now, when the crossover did happen, I again went ahead and did the purchase because it was confirmed by both by stochastics and the momentum that it was going on uptrend. Now, here at this juncture, I could see a fall signal generated, and the doji also was formed, kind of telling me that it would go down. But I can see the momentum index touching the red line but not doing the crossover at this stage. So I waited and luckily for the momentum index, since it did not do crossover, it was not a confirmed downtrend. So I stuck to my call position which I took here at 3117, and I exited once the crossover was done, confirmed by the stochastics momentum index at, let's say, even the reverse position that I've taken is 3130 140. So from 117 to 140, that's around 23 points. That's another 2300 rupees or 230 rupees in mini. So if I look at it, 190 plus 230 in a mini lot is around 420 rupees, whereas in a crude one lot it is 4200. Now since the crossover was done, I did sell the option, sell the futures, and I exited at the end of the day, which was like I sold it at around, let's say, even 3130. If I would take, I sold it at, let's say, what rate, 3070, let's say 75. So 130 to 70 would be around 60 points. That's around, for one lot you have gained around 6000 rupees, and plus the 4000, so 10,000 rupees was gained in this entire one. So basically, to confirm if it's a false signal or the signal is genuine, you look at stochastics momentum index and confirm whether the signal is genuine, exit or not. I hope this session helps you. If any doubts, please go ahead and ask.